The following episode is dedicated to our loyal listeners in Shags, Dorset, England.
Hello there, I'm Timmy Taco.
And I am Jezbot, and welcome to the STEEZ. The Turnstile Records presents the STEEZ, I should say.
Okay, you should say that. But you didn't. But you did, technically.
Let me just say, for anyone that's questioning where the Turnstile Records comes from, that is your record label. You are a producer, and you wear many hats. But we are sitting in the Turnstile Record.
They actually call me. I've been known to be called Timmy Two Hats.
Timmy Two Hats, yeah, you do at work. You wear your straw hat
Over my regular hat because the straw hat's too big. Yeah. But it's all about making it fit, Jeremy, and this is a good fit right here.
You and I. Yes.
Yeah, correct. Not only did we share a bedroom together, but we did share a podcast together. Now we're sharing studio time.
And do I have to pay for studio time?
Yes, you do. I've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for that. You haven't been getting my invoices?
No.
Okay.
Well, how about we just get into it? Get into it.
All right, here we go. Okay, so this this is probably like a truth that happened.
Truth.
Scary truths.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am not as funny as I think I am.
Scary truth. That is a scary truth. It's very confronting. In July 1985, the body of a woman was discovered entombed in a glacier near Verbia in the Swiss Alps. She was identified as Regina Spring from England, who was reported to have disappeared on the 2nd of August 1981, aged 34. So that's, you do the math.
You do it.
No, you do it. Standard 30, July 1985 was where it was printed.
Oh, the standard.
In the standard. So
what?
Glaciers, right?
Yep.
They move. They shift.
Yeah, but they were formed a long time ago.
Yeah, so how would you be entombed in a glacier fresh? I've been to those things, man. Bright blue. And a funny story happened to us on
the way to the glacier.
On the way to the glacier. That Ness and I got a small opportunity when we were in New Zealand on our honeymoon to climb a glacier. And we went with a group, and it was like, oh, wow, we're really fucking doing this, because it took ages to drive there, ages to gear up, ages for the bus trip, all that.
Ages for the glacier to glaze over.
Ages. And we're climbity climb. And I know I've told this story on this podcast before, but we climbed, and when it was time to break for lunch, we had a minute or two to just go and investigate on our own, as if we were like in this other world, other ice world.
Love it.
And we climbed down like what was a natural form staircase around these bright blue glaciers, which were hundreds of years old, that have,
if not thousands. And we walk around the corner, and on a ledge, like there was this little area which had sort of edge. Just think if it's all really blue ice, bright blue, but with an edge.
With an edge, a seat-like looking edge
Structure. Yeah.
Formation, and it had a human turd sitting on the top of it. Big, brown, giant human feces.
How do you know it's human?
Well, there's not too many dogs around.
Okay.
I'll say that much on the top of the glacier.
Really stands out.
It really ruined it for me. So, look, you could see that turd from a mile away.
I see what you're getting at.
So, a woman entombed in a glacier. I don't know. People climbing it, people seeing it. Obviously, she was found a few years later. You do the math. But yeah, I think she would be spotted before that, And I don't know how she's become entombed in it, unless it's because snow doesn't. I don't know.
Well, it might have rained on the days she was there.
Encino Man, it's kind of the same kind of situation, I guess. He was freeze dried though, wasn't he?
This is an Encino Man situation. I think an earthquake,
avalanche,
an avalanche may have happened. Okay. Fresh snow, fresh water, fresh cracks in the glacier.
Okay.
And then everything's
it's just fallen and then it's
fallen
gone in.
and then it's pushed in together.
I like that one.
I'm saying on this one, plausible,
Okay.
maybe even a mystery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Mystery of how she ended up entombed.
Well, that's the mystery.
Yep. Okay.
What was the name?
Regina Spring.
Well, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family.
The family and friends of Regina. All right. Unfortunate, but fortunate for the podcast.
And now a reading from Jezbot's prequel diary, 1993, as read by Timmy Taco, my brother.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
It's your cue, man.
Mine. My daughter's just got into the school play, actually.
Congratulations.
Speaking as
well done.
School.
Is it a speaking role, or is it more like what you used to get
She's-
as I am a tree?
She's the mayor of the midgets in Wizard of Oz.
Excuse me?
That's what they're called. Munchkins. This is my munch. Damn it. Mayor of Munchkins.
It's not,
That's some forethought right there. Calling them Munchkins.
Yeah.
Because they could have really
Very PC,
gone all
yeah.
the way with that. And that was 1948, I want to say.
That's pretty early on.
But the point is, line. I've been running lines.
Yes. Is it sinking in for Audrey? Is she getting the lines?
She's only got a few lines, like, hi there, and
Give
what's
us
that? I don't know. I really can't. I don't want to blow the show for everybody else.
Yeah, fair enough. And you're not an actor and all.
But I will read from this script, 19th of March, 93. So we're early in the year.
Well, it's around this time.
It is. That's a good observation of you.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the Fete on Friday. Now, that would have been... Let's work this out.
Salesian Fete.
Salesian Fete?
Yeah, I remember this
Is that the
night.
year that you won the Bobby Brown tickets?
Yes, it is. And that comes up in the diary later on, Tim, about Bobby Brown. Yes.
Okay.
In this next page, actually. So
I still appreciate that I forced you to take me.
okay, this is what happened.
I appreciate that.
There was a raffle for Bobby Brown tickets.
There was.
Okay. It was $1 for 2 tickets.
Mm-hmm. So you go in a raffle.
Yeah, you go in a raffle. I only had 50 cents.
So it's 50 cents a ticket or 5 for $2?
No, look, I'll start again.
Okay.
It was $1 for a ticket to go into the raffle.
Oh, okay.
To win 2 tickets to see Bobby Brown.
Gotcha.
Now, I was standing next to Dave Tarpey.
Yeah, DT that.
At the time, I only had 50 cents. And he had 50 cents, and I asked him, can I get the 50 cents, man? He goes, yeah, but if you win, you have to take me. And I said, I agreed to those terms. Now, I won the raffle, as you said. And
You did.
came home and said, I won the raffle, yeah. And I said, but I've got to take Dave Tarpey. And
Jinx.
You and Mum
just went, nah. Well, look, from a parent's perspective, and I know this now, the logistics of organising Dave Tarpey's participation, and you got to go over there, talk to Glenn,
pick him
his
up,
mum,
and then
drop him off. It's logistic. It's a logistical nightmare. Drop the 2 boys
mobile
off.
phones or emails.
No. God bless you. God bless you.
So you forced my hand, and I had to go to Dave Tarpey and say, "Oh, dude,
you had to let him down for 50 cents. This was my argument. It's only 50
he was
cents.
in the hibbity hobbiter. He had a dance routine with you and Craig Webster.
He was right into it was Ken Barrett. He was right into Bobby Brown at the time, so it was like tearing his heart out. It was my prerogative, But that's neither here nor there. I went and we got ripped off.
Yeah, we sure did. It was a bad concert.
Well, we only paid 50 cents. And we got ripped off. So you do the math.
You do it.
went to the Fete on Friday. It was great. I know, I'm just recapping.
Yeah.
Met Sandal.
Yeah. I still have fond memories of Sandal.
You don't hear... I don't want to know about your wank
she was just
bank.
cool and I pashed her.
Okay.
You know.
So that kind of worked out.
Remember pashing?
Yeah.
When's the
Pashing.
last time you pashed someone?
I know. Pash rash. Remember that? Or was I just doing it wrong?
I think you were doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because you had no facial hair at that time, so I don't know where you got the rash from.
It comes from kissing 37-year-old men, I guess. I'm not that man.
Continue.
I went to the Fete. It was great.
Yeah.
Met Anna at the gate for a skate.
Yeah.
Skate with a SK8.
And I think in the previous STEEZ, we have already read that diary entry about that.
Well, this
night,
is
so-
just a recap so that we know that one night you were trying to get with Angela, but you got with which brought the total up to 22.
Excellent, right.
And then only one thing though, that you were going out with. So this is the recap on what happened.
I was a monster.
This is the weekend that was that weekend. So sorry to mess everybody up there, but I'm sure you're following. This is the following day.
Okay.
You're recapping over an extremely awesome weekend.
Bloody oath.
Well, I got rid of Tandem, so I am still going out with. Wow. What a weekend! On Saturday, I got up at 8, and I left for work. Wonder what work would have been there.
Probably working with Steve, our older brother, sort of labouring and
93, you reckon?
yeah, I was on the tools in '93, man.
Shit. Got there at 8:30, had a cup of coffee, and then Dan Oz and I started to... Danny V.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know this one. I know this episode. Dan had organised for some digging at this some family friend's house, and this guy had a bad back, so he hired us two sprightly lads.
Some diggers.
To diggers, yep.
Some diggers.
Yeah.
16, 17-year-old sprightly boys.
13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dan Oz and I started to dig. 10 hours later, we had tea with the girls and then watched a video.
This is the daughters.
Tea being the 1990s version of dinner.
Correct.
Right? So what time...
we had Australian tea.
Yeah, we go, what time's tea?
What's tea time?
When's tea time?
I don't know. 6:30.
And it's like...
And what's for tea? Poo sandwiches.
Poo sandwiches. I do that every day. But I should probably stop doing that every day.
Get some new gags, Dan.
No, I should probably stop eating poo sandwiches every day.
It's not great.
They had tea with the girls and then watched a video. I'd love to know what the video was.
Pretty sure I didn't watch it.
Okay. Sunday, I went back there and did 6 hours of digging. Pain! ! It's Tuesday tomorrow, and it's my last day! !
Last day of what?
Going to St. John's camp! !
Yes.
Now, this is where you really pump up those numbers. You can turn a 22 into a hot 44.
In a hot New York minute. Do you know, Tim, I do not have herpes.
It's good.
Never had a herp.
Never had the herp.
Never.
Good for you.
Never bought a tube of Zavarax.
It's hard to get the herp off a fucking 12-year-old.
Yeah, one. But what happens if you're getting those numbers up?
Sure. I mean, your odds go up, but you're at a St. John camp, so Zavarax akimbo. I'm sure of it. So going to St. John's camp. Now, there's a camp that we used to go to. Dad did the catering for it. It was a tender that he had back in the 80s to 90s. Every Easter, right about now, we'd go up there and we'd cruise along, and then we'd tag on to the fun and festivities that was
the St. John camp. So, sorry, Tim, just to give it a bit more history, I think you had to be 12 to go to the camp. But Mum and Dad had such good food that after the first year, they said, look, we can't really keep coming up here every Easter because we have two younger kids, being you and I.
Yeah, 2 to 3. I would have been 3 at that stage because Drew would have been coming up with us.
Well, look, I mean...
Yeah, he was there for a couple of years.
Anyway.
Sure.
They cut a new deal saying, look, we'll come up next year, but our 2 younger sons have to come with us. So the first St. John camp I was at was probably 6-year-old, 7-year-old, Tim.
Okay.
Really? Yeah. So remember that year, the first year they went, and we had babysat with with the Houses.
We did do that, didn't we?
They babysat us. Now, after
was it the Houses or was it the Smiths?
But maybe a bit of both.
Okay.
And I think after that weekend, we all came home and we had stank eye.
Never again.
And we said, we're
I do
not
remember that.
doing this. And so they said, right, well, we have to bring the kids. And this is how I started to get my numbers up.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Because you can double your numbers.
There's a lot of chicks around that all want to pash.
And at this stage, you're probably at your peak. So you're
Thanks.
no longer 7. At your peak of this
Oh, yeah. That's
This year.
14-year-old
diary peak.
diary Jezbot.
Because on one page it's 22, on the next page it's like, it's going for it. It's going for it. Willie.
I can't remember.
So going to St. John's camp, babes! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! This holiday, I'm just going to listen to my Walkman instead of going on the activities.
Mm-hmm.
The activities such as
Bow and arrows.
spelunking.
Spelunking down the caves. You had your...
You got
your
your canoodling.
Yeah.
Bushwalks.
Yep. Orienteering.
Yep.
Late night spotlight.
Did you say archery?
Arts and crafts.
Okay. The radio show.
You had to do videos, make a video.
And the end
Finale.
of finale, which was
School or camp concert.
camp concert,
Yes.
but not champagne comedy, but cordial comedy.
Exactly. So that was the activities that I wasn't going to participate this
No,
year.
no, you're just gonna Walkman it
Yeah,
until
look cool,
until
don't
get the chicks to come to you.
Yeah. Let's see who's left over.
Yeah. Was that the year that I punched you in the face the night before? I think we were making a video for the
No,
thing,
you
and I punched you in the
no,
face
I
and-
remember this vividly. You had learnt a new karate move from bloody Pete McKenzie.
Ah, sure.
And
My
you
worst best
put
friend.
your elbow into my teeth went through my bottom lip.
That's
and
right.
it looked like I had the herb.
It looked like you had the herb.
So that year, zero
Bullshit.
patches.
Bullshit.
That was the year after this year.
Bullshit.
I thought I was going to double my numbers. And you put...
I still feel bad about that. Sorry.
That's all right. I forgive you. It's
probably-
probably for the best.
No, it's better that I didn't give you the herb.
Exactly. Oh, he saved me from the herb.
I probably saved you that year. You're right. You're right.
Everything happens for a reason.
Never put your mouth on a
Elbow.
camp toilet seat if you don't want to get the herb. It's going to be a mellow out camp, man. Exclamation mark? No. Inappropriate. Julia and Mike will own their house, I think, on Friday. So it's going way back. They will start to renovate over Easter. It is 9:10 and 5 seconds. Mum and Dad left for the golf club, so they will be home the whole holidays. Do. Exclamation mark,
Do.
exclamation mark.
Do.
Really?
Do. Not
Well,
do,
you,
do.
you- well, you've spelled do wrong.
Did I?
You spelled doo-doo.
Oh, there's supposed to be a H there somewhere.
And there you go.
Oh well, that's
Easter holidays.
that was getting deep. That was
Sure
deep
does.
cuts, Tim.
It sure is.
Wow. How did my numbers go?
I don't know. Have you got anything past that?
What's the date on that?
You just
one?
got some scratchings of a madman.
Yeah.
You haven't got it? This is the 6th of the 4th, 1993.
Fourth. Ah, yeah, it is 21st of the 5th.
Okay, well we'll see if you pulled some numbers.
Next time or
Next time.
yeah,
Yep,
and I'll get
okay.
into that Bobby Brown one on this next thing.
Oh, great. Okay.
Excellent, yeah.
And now a word from our sponsors.
The war is officially over, chaps, and while the enemy is scrambling to feed its starving millions, we can reap the benefits. Some of you brave fighting men may have lost an arm, a leg, or a testicle or two. Not to worry. Hand in your rotting and decaying limbs for your new and Empire-approved replacement limbs. Are they sturdy, you ask? Bet your bottom dollar they are. We've used a little British know-how. Over searing hot coals, we've fused onions, glue, and a little papier-mâché to bring you our best replacement limbs yet. Our replacement limbs will put that pep back in your step.
Oh, just a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Correcting community concerns and creating closer communities with Jezbot.
And Timmy Taco.
We're attempting to resolve the world's community issues.
But we're acting locally, thinking globally.
One community at a time.
Mm-hmm. Like Batman.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's focused more on Gotham.
Yeah,
You know? You never see him out in Frankston, do you?
I'm sure that Gotham's split up into suburbs as well. Some
boroughs, perhaps.
Okay. So, just back in the 80s, they had a big move for Neighborhood Watch, which is a communal collective that basically corrects community concerns and creates closer communities.
Yeah.
Basically, it was if kids find themselves in a little bit of trouble with the creepy boogeyman, or
someone's trying to get you in your car to have a bag of lollies.
You look around, you see on the letterbox of this person that creates communal concern solutions.
Yeah.
And it's a little picture of a house.
Yeah.
And it's basically a safe house.
Yeah.
So the kids,
and the house was sort of, it had a friendly face on it, didn't it?
it sure did. Yeah. The picture of the house.
Yeah.
So the idea was the kid could feel safe to go in there, and they knock on the door, and the person that was in there had already agreed with the council that they would take action.
Immediately call the police.
Yeah. So there are little pockets of safe spots for kids to duck into. So I guess the issue there was that pedophiles were able to register as well.
Yeah.
It was a dark time.
Yeah.
So my concern with today's community is that I've been around a couple of the old areas. You got your Oakleys, you got your
Caulfield.
Yeah, that kind of
That's
thing.
old. Yeah.
And there's still a few of these things up. Now I know it's long ended.
Yes. The program is no longer.
No, it's no longer running. So what I was going to propose was that those houses are no longer safe houses. Don't go into them because the people that have still got them up are probably the sick in the head ones left.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? They still want to get the kids in, even though the program's been over for 20 years.
Yeah,
it's
concerning.
It's concerning. So I guess if you're in the area and you see one of these little smiley face houses, I would say stay away. Not safe.
They are pedophiles.
Probably. So
I would like to just add something to that. If the safety, what are we calling safety zone sticker?
Safety zone, I think so. Yeah,
safety zone. If they've still got that up and their Christmas decorations,
they're probably dead inside.
That's right, because it's like way past Easter now.
Yeah, true. Well, Christmas. Didn't you say Christmas decorations? Or did you say
but it's past Easter, and those Christmas decorations, Tim, you know how I feel about this. They need to be gone. Boxing Day, I think, is when we put away all our trees, our hollies, our wrapping paper.
Okay, so quick question.
We're not psychos.
Quick question about that. If I've got fairy lights that do not flash colour or flash in sequence, but are just on, is that considered
acceptable?
Acceptable. Xmas
fairy
decoration?
lights that don't have colour are acceptable all year round, as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Well, that's good.
You don't have to take them down.
Okay. Well, that's a good community concern. Stay safe and
stay away from safe houses
and
take your bloody Christmas decorations down.
But the other lights are okay as long as they don't
fairy
flash.
lights are fine.
Fairy lights are fine.
Yeah. This is what's the right word for it? Because you're not allowed to say anything anymore. So this is a silly person of the week.
Okay.
Or maybe just an adventurer.
Okay.
Oh, cut him some slack. And it's from last year. So you might have heard this one before. So stop me if you have.
Okay.
Stop. Back in March, a flat earther named Mad Mike. Ever heard about Mad Mike?
I have heard about Mad Mike, actually.
Yeah. He's a limousine driver that taught himself astrophysics and builds himself the rockets to actually see if there's
to test out theories.
Test the dome.
Okay.
So Mad Mike launched himself on a homemade steam rocket on a mission to prove that the Earth is flat, which is not.
Okay. Does it say that in the article?
It does.
Okay.
And that's what we say here at Turnstile Records presents the Escape Pod STEEZ Microsode. The 61-year-old man had taught himself rocket science and crowdfunded the money to build his rocket. He reached an altitude of nearly 1,900 feet, which is nowhere near the altitude where most aeroplanes fly. Because he used steam.
Yeah, okay.
That's no good, man. He said he'd tried launching himself high next time, which is probably going to be this year, 2019, hopefully.
But he couldn't get high enough because he ran out of steam.
So, yeah, that's pretty good. That was pretty good, Tim. We could have left it on that, actually.
Sounds like he didn't get high enough to achieve his goals.
Well, this guy...
It's just he want to get up to he wants to reach the dome.
He wants to... If you get up to the stratosphere, because there's different levels.
He can totally
stratosphere,
see.
You can sort of see
my
it.
God, my eyes are bugging out. I'm thinking of Total Recall.
Oh, with the eyes bulge out. Yeah. Look, I don't think he claims to have taught himself rocket science, but he only got 1,900 feet.
So he's not. It ain't rocket science.
Wait
a minute.
That
yes,
is
it is.
definitely not rocket
That's
science.
not. This is. Yeah. Okay.
So
he's going bottle rocket style. Stick the hose up and the pressure. Because I know Dan Oz is pretty
big on
that.
the bottle rockets.
Yeah, but you're not getting up to. You're not getting that high at all.
No. And you can do it with a balloon.
You could do it with a drone.
You could do it with a drone.
With a camera on it. Come on, buddy. You don't really need to do it. But then, what if he's got a fisheye lens? He doesn't know it's a fisheye lens on the thing.
So this is the big thing that the flat earthers claim, that
everything's got a curve to it.
Everything's got a fisheye lens on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Well, let's see how Mad Mike goes. Good luck. Stay safe out there.
Yes, another seamless transition into the outro that is the STEEZ.
Yeah, and I feel good about that episode, and I can't wait for next week's episode, where you'll hear Miss Piggy say...
Oink.
Yeah,
well,
we've done that game
we have
so
done
many
that
times,
game,
so many times.
I'm Timmy Taco.
And I'm Jezbot. Thanks for listening to us.
Goodbye.
An introduction to the Internet.
Okay guys, the first thing that you need to know is that the internet is amazing.
Wait, slow down. Slow down. I'll never remember all those search engines and whatchamacallits unless I take notes.
We'll teach you to overcome the fear of computers. Overcome fear of computers.
The advancement of robots and talking robots. The advancement of robots.
Computers that not only think, but feel.
The advancement of robots and talking robots. The advancement of robots and talking computers. Robots.
It works similar to the game that you find at fairs, where all of the toys are inside the glass case. You have to maneuver the claw to pick up the toy inside the case. Since you cannot reach your hand inside the case, you must use the tool by maneuvering the lever.
Word processing. Floppy disk.
Modem.
ROM.
Disk drive.
Floppy.
Hard disks.
Word processing. Floppy disk.
Modem.
ROM.
Disk drive.
Floppy.
Hard disks.
I don't know what you're talking about. Check out this CD. I made it just for us. And I filled it with all our favorite tunes.
On a CD?
Mm-hmm.
How did you manage that? Magic?
And suddenly, without warning, your hard disk suffers a major meltdown.
The nerd alert. Somebody's been jacking the net big time. The nerd alert. Somebody's been jacking the net big time.
I think I'm beginning to get this stuff. See in cyberspace.
Isn't that for techno geeks with spreadsheets?
How to get on the screen.
My online program.
The who?
Word processing. Floppy disk.
Modem.
ROM.
Disk drive.
Floppy.
Hard disks.
Word processing. Floppy disk.
Modem.
ROM.
Disk drive.
Floppy.
Hard disks.
Magenta.
The whole cyber universe is expanding so fast that any kid who can hyperlink a GIF is a webmaster nowadays.
Or is it?
What are you going to say 10, 20, 30 years from now when your grandkids ask you if you were involved in the internet revolution?
I gotta get me a computer.